Okay, wait. Why is Kazuya blushing? Please kill me, please.
Eventually.
This is Kazuya. This is Kazuya watching her spit. Hey YouTube, you have Leonard here, bringing guys and gals Kanojo Okurishimasu Rental Girlfriend Chapter 260, the review portion. So everybody, once again per the usual, this chapter is just like wow. Going into it, I didn't think I'd have much to talk about. Honestly, the whole premise of this chapter kind of bothered me because it just felt weird, kind of useless, I'm not gonna lie. The chapter is literally brushing teeth. 70 to 80% of this chapter is Chizuru and Kazuya brushing teeth, or Kazuya speculating about his hygiene. Honestly, I thought it was weird. But before I get into that, everyone follow me on Twitch. Link description box down below where you can find the live reaction. I reacted today, I believe it was my second reaction after the Nagatoro manga. So again, go on Twitch and you can find that live reaction for this one. It was an interesting reaction to say the least, I'm not gonna lie. This was a very fun chapter to read. So very quickly from a review standpoint, I can't say much happened. I guess in the beginning portions of this, more stuff happens obviously towards the end. But in the beginning portions, it really truly is Kazuya again showing this constant loop that we've had for the last couple chapters of self-doubt, indecision, and Chizuru doing something to make him feel like he has self-worth, that he has a chance potentially. And we continue to go in this loop, as I said in the last couple chapters. This time it was about dental hygiene. Kazuya's worried about his breath. He's worried that his breath smells. We find out that he hasn't been brushing his teeth at all at Chizuru's place. The last couple days he's been brushing his teeth at the school. That was interesting. New information for us. Is information I wish I personally did not have. But that's what Kazuya's been doing all this time. He's been brushing inside of the school, and he's just afraid to actually brush inside of Chizuru's place because he doesn't want to run into her. He thinks it's going to be awkward. But then he's also between a rock and a hard place because he's like, well, I don't want to think that I have bad hygiene. I don't want to think like, oh, you know, like, I don't brush my teeth twice a day. Kind of get that, I guess. But at the end of the day, he eventually decides to slowly creep behind the curtain where he's not supposed to. Starts slowly kind of looking around. He's just like, you know, let me just do it. And like, maybe I'll run into her, etc. The only issue for Kazuya is that he actually does, in fact, end up running into Chizuru, and he completely panics and freaks out, as he probably should, because it's like, oh shoot, I'm not going to make a good impression, oh no. And it's literally, as I reacted to this, him and Chizuru are next to each other, and they're brushing teeth. Yes, literally, they're next to each other, brushing teeth, and I'm over here just like, Deiji, what are you doing? Deiji, why? Why do you have, why the teeth? Why is this a thing? But nonetheless, it is what it is. I thoroughly enjoyed this part of the chapter from a comedy standpoint just because I was so confused and I just felt it was so weird. I get what Deiji was trying to do, and I understand the premise. When you have two people, if they're dating or if they're married, and Kazuya kind of makes references as well, there's something kind of intimate about brushing your teeth next to each other, like having the other person there, doing something you don't normally do with another person, but here you're able to do it because of the close bond you have with this other person. So I get it, so I understand where Kazuya was coming from in that regard. It just felt kind of weird seeing it in print, and the fact that it was like the basis of the chapter, I'm not gonna lie. But now here's where things get interesting. Kazuya doesn't know how to fill the empty space. It's awkward, they're talking, and he's just like, I don't know what is it I'm supposed to say. Like, there's just awkward silence. Kazuya proceeds to do the very thing that I wish he did not do. He starts to go into verbal diarrhea mode, and he just starts highlighting like, oh, you know, I actually do brush my teeth. I have good hygiene. Keep in mind, in the beginning of the chapter, he doesn't want Chizuru to understand or know that he isn't brushing his teeth there, that he has bad hygiene, this and that. But he comes out and says it, just like, yo, I don't have bad hygiene. Like, I'm just letting you know, I was brushing the school. It's just like, you know, I just didn't want to like know how I feel here, this and that. And he just keeps speaking. And I'm like, Kazuya, please shut up. Cheese was just like, what? And then Kazuya even just like, why don't I just please shut up? Ironically enough, I was wrong. Kazuya was wrong. Chizuru actually took this in a very positive way. I think she could see the fact that to some degree Kazuya was frantic. Chizuru's also not stupid, and I'm pretty sure she realized that this man has not been here to brush his teeth. That means he's probably brushing in the school. Chizuru's response to all of that was so beautiful. She makes a little eye gesture, and I'm like, where are you going with this? And I go to the next panel. She says, I love that. You guys understand? Number one, I was crazy over it. But then number two, the fact that literally for her to say something like, I love that, is very powerful because you can't take that any other way. Literally, Kazuya's just like, wait, what? And then she kind of goes on to double down, but a little bit of softer language. She says here, and I quote, that I love people like that. Therefore saying that she respects Kazuya. She understands that he's trying to be considerate, that it may not necessarily be pretty the way he's describing it, but she gets the intent of his feelings. She understands the fact that at the end of the day, Kazuya is nervous, he's a little bit worried, and he's just kind of like, I just want to be considerate of you. And Chizuru sees that consideration from Kazuya. I've always said this, and one of the things that Kazuya doesn't realize is that Chizuru watches him very intently. And one of the things that's always endeared Chizuru to him is the fact that he's a genuine, considerate person. He always has been. So as a result of that, I really do enjoy and appreciate the fact that she took notice of this, she calmed Kazuya down, and she goes into detail saying like, yeah, you know, I think people who just come into a new situation and they just do things like normal day one, that's weird. But the person who's actually considerate, the person who shows care, and the fact that you're like tiptoeing around things and you're still trying to adjust, it makes perfect sense. But then at the same time, it's okay. It's okay to be here. It's okay to brush together. It's also funny because like the whole time, like earlier in the chapter, she had like her zipper down, and they saw her slowly zip it back up as she was talking to Kazuya. But all in all, I think this is actually a very good development. Kazuya needs this because, again, Kazuya has very low self-esteem, especially when it comes to the Chizuru stuff. He truly feels down and feels like he is a bother to her, that he's going to fail this investigation, not realizing the fact that honestly he's made such a good impression over this time with Chizuru. She knows he's a little bit weird in certain ways, but she actually legitimately likes him as developing those feelings. So Kazuya, I hope that in time we don't need all these chapters where it's just constantly Chizuru reaffirming the fact that she actually sees value in you as a person, as a potential like love interest. She cares, and now you just gotta let the process play itself out. So I really did enjoy this part of the chapter. I will say one other thing. That scene where she spit was so weird for numerous reasons. Number one, when she spit, it's like you don't really see anything. So I was like, it was a little dot. Unless the speech bubble was a spit, I was like, she didn't really have much to spit. But then, and what panel is this? If you guys have the manga, I can't show it right now for obvious reasons on the YouTube side. But if you go to page 20, the face that Kazuya makes, and maybe I clipped that video, but the face that Kazuya makes was so disgusting. Because like she spit and it's like the ... and this man's over here looking and he's blushing and looking like he had like the eyes are just like he had these I don't know. Oh my gosh, Kazuya. I literally, for those who watch Hunter x Hunter, and again, check out the live reaction, I had like the meme or where Hisoka was like going, honestly, he was like orgasming over Gon. Oh my gosh. It was just weird. The whole thing was weird, but I thought that was like the funniest part of the entire chapter was seeing Kazuya's face to her spitting. I felt so uncomfortable. But last but not least, to end the chapter, we have the return of Sumi. So Sumi's coming back in. We have not seen Sumi, honestly, in I like to say at least 60 or 70 chapters. Or at the bare minimum, we have seen her. We haven't seen her be prevalent in the story. So it looks like we're going to get a little mini arc here where, I guess, maybe 2, 3, 4 chapters. We'll see. We're finally going to get Sumi come through again with regards to something of Chizuru's birthday. I'm assuming she's going to be throwing a birthday party for her, or maybe trying to get her a gift, or trying to do something with her. She's going to probably also somehow find out about them living together, which is going to be hilarious. At which point, almost everyone's going to know except for Mami and Ruka. But anyway, with that said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Very, very interesting chapter. Like if you like the video, subscribe, like my content, everyone. Of course, is greatly appreciated. And let me know what you think is going to happen next chapter. Do you think we're going to get a few chapters of Sumi? Do you think it's just going to be one chapter? Do you think she's planning something with regards to maybe like a birthday? Who will see? We'll see more cringe from Kazuya. Most definitely. But with that, everyone, I'm going to end this here. So per the usual again, like, subscribe, greatly appreciated. I can't wait for chapter 261. And with that, I'm Leonard, and I'm out. Take care, everybody, and have a good one. Peace.